Is it possible that I've just accidentally stumbled into the cheapest way to get into welding? Everything you see in this video, I bought on sale. The welding helmet, 15 euros. Inverter welder, 15 euros. And the mobile welding table, well, that was on the expensive side, because for that, I paid an entire 25 euros. Before we get going, please let me know what you think. Do you think 55 euros is a good price for an entire Parkside welding set? Let me know in the comments. And now, I guess it's time to see what I got for my 55 euros. Oh, and by the way, gloves were not included. Had to get them extra. 5 euros. So let's call it an even 60 euros for everything. Let's start unboxing. First up, automatically dimming helmet. Looks nice enough. Oh yeah, feeling the perfect weld already. As I said, an automatically dimming welding helmet. You can set all of that from here, and it's all powered by 2 AAA batteries. That said, the welder does come with this sort of welding mask. However, holding that in one hand and trying to weld with another, I don't think that's going to be easy for a beginner. This has a range from 10 amps to 120 amps. Hopefully it was not on sale because something is missing. A tiny unit, this one, not too heavy at all. You set your amps here. And a reasonably long power cable. I believe it was something like 4 meters. And then you get these 2 cables, one to clamp to whatever you're welding and the other one to hold your electrode. Yeah, 15 euros. How good of a deal was that? I think the cables alone would have cost me more than 15 euros. And to make it even better, some electrodes. The manual is enormous. Best I read it then. Onto the mobile welding table, which does require, apparently, some assembly. Quite a heavy beast this. No wonder. They claim it can support up to 150 kilograms. So let's start testing with the Parkside electrodes, and this is what Parkside recommends in terms of settings. Starting off easy with the 2mm electrode and the welder set at 70 amps. Now, I'm no expert welder by any means, and in fact this is the first welder I've ever owned. However, even I can tell you that at 70 amps things did not feel right. And it was either the current being a bit too strong or the electrode not being of the best quality, because the arc was not a smooth experience at all. I did also give it a go at 60 amps and unfortunately it was the same thing. As you just saw there, the slag from the Parkside electrode is really difficult to remove, and it should not be like that at all. So let's try a different electrode. So this is what I got in my local welding shop. They told me this was the best 3mm electrode that money can buy. The welder is set to about 85 amps, and as you can see, the problem was indeed the Parkside electrode. Now that I've had some practice, let's give it another go. Same settings. This is only the second or third time I'm welding in my entire life, so if there are any welders amongst you, I would love to know what you think. Please let me know down in the comments. In terms of performance, this welder does have its limitations. Of course it has, because it's a strictly DIY welder to keep at home and to use it once or twice per month max. That's why I'm not trying to go up to the 120 amps and I'm only using the 3mm electrode. That said, have a look at this weld. So with all that welding out of the way, let's talk about what we have here. First up, as usual, the accessories that come with a Parkside tool are next to useless. The electrodes that Parkside give you with this welder, I would not recommend you even looking at. Even for me as a beginner, they don't burn like they should. It's not an even burn from the start to the end of the electrode. So, no to these. So what I did instead is I bought some more expensive and better electrodes. This is a 3mm one, and I've been using 3mm ones throughout the video. And with these, it's really doing an amazing job for home use, I would say, because it never overheated, it never once stopped on me. And let me show you what metals we managed to weld. So these were the sort of welds that this managed to do. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I would love to read your pointers. And by the way, I managed to do these after watching a couple of YouTube videos. So, what do you think? Good or excellent? The other accessories that come with the welder are the welding helmet, which is useless, and this brush/hammer thing, which is actually not too bad. It does the job. This I would recommend that you don't even try to use, because if you're a beginner welder, holding this with one hand and trying to weld with the other is going to be a bit more difficult than you think. I'm telling you this from experience. Instead, what I got is this automatically dimming Parkside welding helmet. It must be said that this makes everything a lot easier because it frees up one of your hands. And then it's the table itself. It's a fantastic thing to start welding on because you just clamp this on the table and then you don't have to worry about any contact or anything like that. You just get your electrode and you start welding. So this, I paid 15 euros for this. However, I'm aware that I may have got the bargain of a lifetime here. The normal price for this, I believe, is somewhere around the 60 euro mark. And even at that, I think it's a really good welder for home use. The only thing that bothers me really is the increments it has here. I can live without a digital display. However, look at this. It starts at 10 amps, then 21 here, 32 here, 54 here. So this small section here is equal to about 11 amps. These bigger sections here are worth around 22 amps. So it's a bit difficult to start with. However, once you get used to that, it's really fine. However, you need to keep it in mind if you want to set it up just so. Here is what I think. This welder, this table, and this Parkside welding helmet are probably the best and cheapest way to get into amateur welding. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you have, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. See you in the next one.